All right, I wanted to talk about fatigue. I have been tired. I feel like it's been my whole life. I've always struggled with getting a good night's sleep, getting to sleep and getting quality sleep, having energy through the day. I'm talking about sleep, it makes me yawn. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I always thought that my issue with not having energy and having to rely a little bit too heavily on caffeine to get through the day, and it stemmed from being 320 pounds and being very sedentary and not eating very well. So when I had bypass done in October of 2017, I was pretty excited. I'm sorry. I was pretty excited because everybody talked about how much energy they had after this procedure and all of this. So I lost the weight. I got a little bit of energy. My sleep is still hit or miss. I started going to kickboxing all the time. I go before my panty, I had 5-6 times a week. I plan to go back to that. I found something that I really like, some type of physical activity that is very fun and challenging and good for you. And so I was waiting for this energy to kick in, and it didn't. And I didn't know why. So I saw my doctor, and for anybody who's watched any of my previous videos, you know that I have struggled with depression and anxiety my whole life, and I had things pretty much under control. My medication was working really well, and after bypass and you get a new belly, essentially, things change. My taste change. The way you break down certain foods and certain medications change, and your medications are absorbed into your body in your small intestine, and I have 100 centimeters less small intestine than I did before. So the absorption of some medications are different, and so I started to struggle with my depression and my anxiety a little bit. And when I went to see my doctor, and we talked about how tired I was. For anybody who doesn't speak yawning Jessica, that was how tired I was. We did some blood tests, we did some urine tests. They checked my iron and my thyroid and my vitamin B levels, and they checked my electrolytes, and he was checking everything. He's a very thorough person, a very thorough, very caring doctor, and he's not just going to say to me, is it your depression or it's a mental illness issue. He's going to exhaust all other options first, and he did. So, I was tested before surgery for sleep apnea. It's not that. So then he said, is it your mood? And I said, well, I feel kind of good. We've increased some of my medications. I don't think that it's my mood. I think that I've been dealing with this long enough to know that if it's my mood, I would know it. But I guess it's a possibility. So we did some more things. He sent a referral to internal medicine, and then my depression started to rear its ugly head, and I had a few bad weeks, and it wasn't great. So I went back and I said, turns out it was my mood. And so we added in a medication, and all of a sudden, my mood improved within a couple of days. I had, it takes upwards of 6 weeks for you to level out on a new medication, especially a mental health medication. And so it took a little bit. I had my ups and downs, I had my struggles, but it wasn't as bad as it was when I went to him and asked for help. And so I thought, you know what? It was my mood. I've got this new medication. After 6 weeks, I think I'm going to be good. So I continue to take this medication. My mood is great. I haven't had any issues with depression or anxiety over the last several months. But I'm still tired. I'm very tired. And I thought maybe it was work. Maybe I was stressed because of work. So I'm off right now because I had a panniculectomy surgery in April. I've been off for 6 weeks. I have been working a little bit. I recently took a trip home to stay with my family, and I'm still fucking tired. And I saw an internal medicine doctor, and he went through everything. He's sending me for one test. He's sending me for an EKG because my heart rate tends to be high. But that's just a precaution. He looked at everything. He looked at all my recent tests, everything that's been done. He talked to me and he said, there's no medical reason why you should be fatigued. And he talked about the difference between being fatigued and being sleepy. So he's like, being sleepy means you're tired. But being fatigued means you lose your strength. Like you're walking and you don't have the muscle strength to stand up. You're just, so it's not that I can't pick up something, or I can't walk, or that I get so tired that I just can't function. I manage to function quite well. I drink a lot of coffee, and it doesn't seem to faze me anymore, but I do, and I function, and I go to the gym, and I walk my dog, and I, build 10 hours at work every day, and I kind of have a life, but I do it, and I'm tired. So I don't know where, I didn't know where else to go. Nobody really had any answers for me, and seriously, that sucks. Like, to be told there's no medical reason for this, but to be so tired so suddenly that really you could have a nap, and to have so much to do, have a triple shot latte from Starbucks and feel nothing, to go to the gym, to have lost 120 pounds, 110 pounds. I say 120, but it's really like 110. And to kickbox for a half an hour to an hour, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 times a week, and to be still extremely tired. Like, why? Why is that? It's so frustrating. So frustrating. I'm open to ideas, folks. If you have a suggestion, I do have something that I'm going to try over the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to do a separate video on that, and I'm going to let you know how it turns out. But in case this is not it, please let me know what you've done. I've lost the weight. I've become active. My eating hasn't been, 100% lately, but it's not terrible. I take all kinds of vitamins. My iron and my B's and my D's and everything is, they're at acceptable levels. So what's going on? What's going on? Please tell me if you have a suggestion. I'm all ears.